Good morning, class of 2020. It is my distinct honor to congratulate you on all of your accomplishments throughout your high school career. You have truly touched our hearts and brightened our days over the past 4 years. Simply, the class of 2020 has demonstrated remarkable resolve, perseverance, compassion, and commitment during the most uncertain of times. Today is about opportunity. Opportunity to begin the next step in a lifelong journey in pursuit of happiness and prosperity. Each of you leaves behind a legacy of strength, empathy, and dedication that sets the standard for your fellow classmates. A few thoughts to ponder. One is to enjoy every minute and be present. Enjoy the day, and remember that you are always Baylor strong. 2, always remember who made a difference in your lives. And 3, never lose sight of your dream. To our graduates, whether you're going into the military, attending a trade school, attending Gavilan College or UCLA, strive to be the best you each and every day. Do not lose perspective of who you are and where you came from. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the entire administration, and our school community, we are truly proud of you and your accomplishments. In our hearts, you will always be Baylor strong. Last, but certainly not least, on our journey together, you have provided light when the road was dark, a compass when things were unclear, an unwavering support for one another when times were turbulent. For this class of 2020, we are eternally grateful. Graduates, enjoy the coming days, the happiness and joy you will experience, and never lose sight of your dream. It is not so much about the destination, but more about the journey you take to achieve all that you desire. It is always a great day to be a Baylor because of you. Congratulations.
Hello, class of 2020. First of all, congratulations. This is one of my favorite moments as I get the opportunity to express how proud I am to have been your principal for the past 4 years. What drives me to do what I do is to be around all of you every day. In my tenure as a principal, I've learned very quickly that the student body has the ability to have the most influential impact on the culture of any high school campus. I want to thank all of you for having the level of pride you've had in our school, for speaking up on behalf of your peers, for providing input on how to improve various aspects of what we do, and for consistently striving to build and maintain an inclusive culture for all students on our campus. Within the 4 years at San Benito High School, we have been recognized nationally as one of the best high schools by U.S. News and World Report 2 years in a row, regionally as an honor roll school by the Educational Results Partnership for 2 years in a row, and nationally again as an AP honor roll district by the College Board for the first time in the history of our school, and then locally as a unified champion school by the Special Olympics. None of this happens without you. You should all be proud to have been a part of raising the standard for students and staff at San Benito High School. No matter what your plans are after high school, don't ever forget that you have a lot to offer any community you become a part of, just as you have during your time with us. As adults on campus, I know we don't say this often, but we really do learn a lot from you. Many times you all demonstrate to us what it is to be resilient, to get back up on your feet when things are not going your way, or when you are dealt with challenging circumstances that you have no control over. This year is a perfect example of how you are all navigating one of the most challenging and complex times to be a high school senior. I urge all of you to continue moving forward and turn your current experience into something that feeds your growth as a leader in your community, and to continue being mindful of all the little things that leave a positive impact with those you come across. Congratulations, class of 2020. I'm honored and so proud to have been your principal.
everyone. I'm Maya Viegas, the 2019-2020 ASB president. Congratulations, seniors. We finally made it to the end of high school, and it definitely hasn't been easy. It's been a long 4 years, so I'm going to start by reminding you of some of the crazy things that have happened. Starting with all of the scary clowns that went around our freshman year. Then, when half of our stadium fell apart our sophomore year. And of course, we can't forget about all of the fire alarms throughout our junior year. And just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, and when we were so close to being done, COVID-19 comes around. Not only have we had to deal with all of this crazy stuff happening to us, but we've had to do it while managing our other responsibilities. Some of us were focused on getting into the top universities, some of us were having sports practices every single day after school, some of us had jobs, and some of us were trying to do it all at once. But like I said, we finally made it. So whether you decided to attend all of the school dances and sports games, or if you decided that wasn't really your thing, or even if you didn't make the best choices in high school, it's time to take what you've learned and move forward with them. We're about to go into the stage of our lives where we have more independence than we ever have before. We won't have to worry about trying to impress anyone or even asking permission for every single thing we want to do. We're going to be able to turn into the individuals we truly want to be. We get to become the person we want, and we don't have to hold back. My main goal through writing this speech was to urge you all to take the lessons you've learned throughout high school and use it to truly become you. Reach for the stars, spread your wings, and leave the nest. These all sound like cheesy idioms, but they have some truth behind them. This chapter of our lives has been quite the roller coaster, but I'm here to remind you that we still have the whole book ahead of us. So congratulations, and thank you for all of the awesome memories throughout our 3.5 years at San Benito High School.
To the class of 2020, parents, teachers, families, administrators, coaches, and anybody else who took the time out of their day to sit in front of their computer screen on a weekday morning or afternoon and watch their graduate, I welcome you. I would typically start off this speech in good fashion by greeting all 7,000 in attendance here today for the graduating class of 2020 at Andy Hardin Stadium with a warm welcome and smile. But considering the current circumstances, a simple wave will have to suffice. I wish I could be with you all now celebrating the accomplishments and achievements of by far the greatest class to ever walk the halls of San Benito High School. But instead, due to the consumption of a bat somewhere in the far reaches of a foreign country, we are restricted to the confinements of our own household to watch our graduates graduate. However, if I learned one thing in the past 3 months in quarantine besides the realization of how late I can stay up and how late I can sleep in without my parents yelling at me, it is that in times like these, we must focus on the positives rather than the negatives. We must focus on the good times during the bad times so that one day we can live them out again. We must understand that our cooperation now will one day lead to our freedom in the future. I cannot promise you that it will be today, and I cannot promise you that it will be tomorrow. But one day, very, very soon, we will be free to return to our everyday lives. And when that day comes, it is on that day that I ask that we truly begin to start living again. Live for the 84 days of our senior year that they stole from us. Live for the 12 weeks of our senior year that we were kept from making lifelong memories with our friends and family. But most importantly, live for the 2.5 months that the entire world was on pause and we could not even go so far as to see our loved ones. Do not allow the current circumstances to bring us down. Rather, we must rise above it and unite if one day we wish to see our lives back to normality. Allow the confusion and anger that has boiled up inside of us for the past 84 days since quarantine started to be the extra reason why we push harder in the classroom. Allow the anger and confusion to be the extra reason why we push harder in athletics. Allow the anger and confusion to be the extra reason why we push harder in our extracurriculars. But above all, allow the anger and confusion to be the extra reason why it is not only mandatory, but necessary that we succeed in anything we may do after we part ways today. Do not allow the events of the past 2.5 months to bring us down, but rather let them be the reason why we rise above it. I do not know what each of our own individuals' futures hold, but I would be lying to you if I knew what mine held as well. But with the class of 2020 will not be brought down in vain, as after every storm there is a rainbow. Seniors, all of our hard work has led up to this moment here today. The extra hours in the classroom, the blood, sweat, and tears we have put into our sports, and the 4-year dedication we have given to obtaining our high school diploma is upon us today. Now is the time to rejoice and celebrate your accomplishments, but also never forget those who helped you out along the way. Say thank you to your past and present teachers. Say thank you to your coaches and mentors who believed in us, even when we did not believe in ourselves. And above all, say thank you to your family and friends who have had your back throughout the good times and the bad times in your life, but never left your side. It is almost time for us to part ways one last time, so take a look around and enjoy the moment. Remember all the ups and downs, highs and lows, positives and negatives we faced throughout high school. Remember how terrified yet excited you were on your first day of high school freshman year. Remember the thrill of your first game as a high school athlete. Remember the pain of your first heartbreak, and remember the pride you felt after winning your first rally junior year. But above all, remember the events that shaped you into the men and women you are today, and will furthermore become. Each of us must go into the real world and pave our own individual paths. Say goodbye to those next to you, and embrace your loved ones. You did it. Take your high school diploma with pride, as you are and will forever be a Hay Baylor. As a wise principal Adrian Ramirez once told me, once a Baylor, always a Baylor. So until we see each other again, thank you and goodbye.
Hello, my fellow graduates. My name is Jeffrey Ong, and I am honored to speak to you today. These have been an interesting 4 years. If we look back on what we've experienced, you can see we have experienced quite a bit. There are the good, the bad, the ups, the downs, the interesting, and the crazy. We've seen quite a bit. So congratulations, my fellow graduates, for making it this far in the grand journey we call life. I would like to start with thank yous. First, I would like to thank the teachers here at San Benito High for all the hard work, dedication, and effort they have put into pushing us across the finish line of youth and across the starting line of adulthood. Thank you for all those after-school hours of tutoring, all those Zoom meetings, all those weekend practice tests, and so much more. We deeply appreciate the sacrifices you have made for us. Thank you to those who have supported us on this journey, whether you're a parent, guardian, grandparent, aunt, uncle, friend. Thank you for your love and support to get us here today. And especially parents, thank you for your unconditional love and sacrifices in raising us and getting us to this point. Thank you for enduring all those headaches and hair-pulling moments we have given you. Without you, we wouldn't be here today to receive our diplomas. Okay, one more quick thank you. I would also like to thank Mr. DeCarly and all those who worked tirelessly behind the scenes for making this moment possible. I would also like to thank Mr. DeCarly for giving us the opportunity to walk across the stage and personally receive a hand-delivered diploma. I know how important this moment is for us graduates and also our parents, being able to see the results of 18-ish years of hard work, dedication, nurture, and care accumulate on that stage, albeit it is during this pandemic. Of course, it is not just the efforts of the adults who have got us here today, but also the efforts of you, the graduates. I would like to acknowledge all of my fellow graduates who put in so much hard work and dedication into getting here today. I know it wasn't easy, all those sleepless nights and last-minute rushes to get work done, but you pulled through in one piece, more or less. And for that, I applaud you. Now, I understand that you guys might be expecting me to say something really inspirational or heartwarming, or perhaps you're just waiting for me to get this over, to finish up and get this over with. We'll see about that. What I will do is tell you something I want to say. I'm sure that you've heard many times that we are the future, the next generation to change the world. While that is true, we will be faced with many challenges on the adventure ahead. But at the same time, we have so much to look forward to. So don't let those challenges slow you down. Don't let doubts and others cloud your vision of the future. Never lose sight of your dreams, and don't give up hope. Remember, only we have the ability to choose how and what we do things. So use that ability to choose what future you build for yourself. You are more capable and more talented than you realize. You have an infinite potential. I would like to end with this quote by Jeffrey R. Holland. Quote, I believe you to be the very best, and I'm counting on you to go forth with conviction. So go out there and light a candle. Be a ray of light. Be your best self, and let your character shine. If we can't look to you to change the world, tell me who should we look to? May the sun always be full noon for you, vanishing every shadow that might otherwise mar your happiness. I am proud of you and wish you Godspeed for the exciting journey you now undertake. End quote. So congratulations, Baylors, on graduating. This is only the beginning of the next adventure. Thank you.
Hello, graduates, families, and faculty. For those who don't know me, my name is Myla Dang, and I am honored to stand before you today as this year's valedictorian. First, I'd like to start by saying thank you to the teachers at San Benito High School. Thank you for your patience and kindness. Thank you for genuinely caring about us and our futures, for encouraging us to believe in ourselves, and for inspiring us to pursue our dreams. You've truly made a difference in so many of our lives, including mine, so on behalf of the class of 2020, thank you so much for everything you do. To all of the families watching, thank you for supporting us through the last 18 years, raising us from children to responsible adults, preparing us to set foot into the real world. We are so grateful for your sacrifices and for all that you've provided in order to give us a better life. Thank you for laughing with us, crying with us, for forgiving our mistakes, and for always being there when we needed you most. On a more personal level, I want to say thank you to my mom for raising me on her own and for showing me what it means to work hard. I hope I've made you proud. And now to the class of 2020. I know this is a bittersweet time for all of us. I know it can be easy for us to feel down about our current situation, missing out on so many of the memorable experiences we've been waiting so long for. I know many of us feel that we worked hard for nothing, but that is far from the truth. Class of 2020, we are graduating. We may not have a prom or a grad trip or a traditional graduation ceremony, but our hard work is not going unnoticed. After more than a decade of education, we're finally here. These past 4 years have been filled with memories we can all look back on. From football games to clubs, dances and rallies, we formed lasting friendships, explored our passions, and most importantly, we have grown as individuals, ready to take on a new journey in our lives. Everything we have experienced at this school has shaped us into the people we are today. To my fellow classmates, we are the class of strong, hardworking students. Students who volunteer on the weekends to help in our community. Students who work part-time jobs to support their families. Students who somehow have enough time to balance millions of extracurricular activities and still keep their grades up. And to the students who have had to overcome a personal struggle to get here, you have persevered with resilience, and for that you should be endlessly proud. We all have different stories, and we have all taken different paths to get here. But now we are all graduating, opening a new chapter in our lives, and getting one step closer to pursuing our dreams. Whether you're attending a community college, four-year, trade school, or starting a career right after graduation, be proud of how far you've come, and be hopeful for whatever lies ahead of you. Today marks a new beginning. Though this world can be filled with uncertainty, and though you'll have to face challenges you've never had to face before, let that be an opportunity to show your strength, to show what you are capable of. Chase after your dreams without fear, regardless of any obstacles you may come across. Don't ever lose sight of your own happiness or your own goals. You have the power to decide what you want to pursue, who you want to become, and what lasting impact you want to make on this world. We are the next generation of innovators, teachers, farmers, doctors, business owners, and more. Our destinies lie in our own hands, and the sooner we realize that, the quicker we will reach success. As we set out to make the world a better place, we must continue to evolve, learn, and grow in order to become the best versions of ourselves. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2020. As we embark on new adventures, always remember to lead your life with courage. I have no doubt that each and every one of you will go out and achieve great things in this world. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Audrey Armstrong.
And I'm Kenneth Cleaver, and we are this year's 2020 Scholar Athletes.
Graduates, can you please stand?
Now, if all graduates can switch their tassels from the right side to the left side.
Thank you so much, and congratulations, class of 2020.